Well, when you think of the five senses, not only are they designed to help us manage our lives, but every single one of them has a survival value. Every single one of them are tuned specifically to what's going to keep us alive, what's going to be healthy for us. And so on one hand, Karyn, you create the ultimate of a safe environment. So someone's coming to see you, you are in a safe touch, a safe smell, you are in a safe conversation, safe words, safe music, if you will. Everything about what they see, feel, experience there is safe. Now with that sense of safety and that sense of calm, then they can start to shift. And a lot of people really don't know how to shift out of that stress response. They just carry a habit level of stress that's kind of like from medium to high. They never understand low or no stress.
Right.
They just get caught in this medium to high stress, and if they're not high stress, they think they're not stressed. But they don't really know how to completely relax the body. And the whole experience together really allows that sense of safety, and then it creates an avenue for them to begin to, you mentioned just a few minutes ago, something's unresolved, something that was unsafe, something that was hurtful, something is stuck, something is not complete, it's not at rest. And so again, that will often allow the defenses to come down, so whatever that is they can start to bring out, that energy can start to move, and they begin to process it now in their current state of mind as an adult versus a child, with current tools and skills available to them. So once we get triggered, it's an automatic response. And that was the best of what we knew when we were 7, when we were 5, when we were 10. And so there's a lot of retraining and recognizing that, oh, I don't have to go back to that response.
I
There's
can make
another
a
way.
difference, I can change. And this is the bridge right here. What I'm hearing you say, this is the bridge between the healing arts and psychology. Because when you go to a psychologist, you're able to verbalize and vocalize. How amazing would it be to have a person have a session where they're put now in the safety zone, they're put now into a comfort zone where they can relax and where they can let go of the fear and the agitation and the apprehension, then come in and sit down with a psychologist and talk to him and address what can I do to make those changes in my thought patterns. I want to change my thinking. I want to change my thought patterns so that I can practice joy, I can practice love, I can practice peace in situations that normally catapulted me out into my toxic loop or into my fight, flight, or freeze.
It's interesting if you look at the reality of physical waste of living. Every home, every neighborhood, every city has garbage disposals. I mean, a whole system, a very sophisticated system to manage the physical waste of living. But there's a tremendous amount of emotional waste in living. And that's part of what, in combination, is so effective, is that, this is about getting rid of the emotional waste, freeing up what's carrying, bogging people down, what's burdening people, and allowing them to be able to move forward, move freely, to be able to step forward in a way that's like, I'm now free from that. I'm not carrying it around.
It's so true. And as I think about it, I remember back into massage school when they'd say, a lot of people run for the chiropractor to get that bone adjusted. What they don't realize is that the muscle is torqued or twisted or has tension, and that muscle keeps pulling the bone out. So if we don't relax the muscle, the bone's going to get torqued again and pulled. So I'm seeing this in relation to using all 5 senses with psychology. If we don't change our thinking process, it's just going to go back into first response and into that midbrain. If we can learn to help our children, help ourselves through having some tools, whether it be using music, massage, all 5 senses, then I bring myself into a place of harmony, balance, and placidity, then I can come and talk to you and say, Dr. Skidmore, what can I do so that I can change the thought process? I want to change my thought process. I've got my tools, I use my aromatherapy, I use my oils, I'm doing some self-nurturing now, but I'm still working on changing my addiction to the chemical of whatever it is, to the negative chemical. I want to create an addiction to a new positive thing, to joy, to bliss, to going into my right mind and seeing life in a celebratory, in a way of gratitude, in finding the blessings in disguise, finding the beauty in the ashes, and helping other people to do that. So I want to come and see you. I encourage all of you to come to Dr. Skidmore if you live in the Utah area. Maybe he will set up an online service where he can do phone appointments and phone consultations. Maybe you have that.
Skype works very well.
And Skype. You know, I'm finding that I can send an MP3 with a song on it, and these women who already have the oils in their homes, I send them an MP3, say, okay, now sit back in your chair, I'm on the phone with you, you listen to the song, and breathe in the oil, and then let's talk about it. And so I would love to do that with Dr. Skidmore, and I would love to have you do more of these little videos with us to talk about how we can change our thinking and change our life into more positive, because it's not really about a change of heart at first. It's about a change of thought at first. Once we can change the way we process things and get out of those childish ways. When I was a child, I thought as a child, but now I'm a mature grown-up and I'm learning to think as a mature grown-up. And that's why I wanted to introduce Dr. John Skidmore to you, because he can help us to change the way we think, which will help us to get a joyful heart.
Karyn, thank you very much. I appreciate being able to do this. There's a lot of different ideas, a lot of different things that are needed in the context of tools and skills to manage this. And we always do the best with what we've got. But if we don't have the right tool, we don't have the right skill, you know, okay, yes, I've used a butter knife to take a screw out of a wall before. It's just not quite as efficient or as effective. So as we're in this process of developing new tools and skills to move our lives forward, that's really what it's all about. So it's great to have, you know, the psychology. To me, it's really about what's going to work, what's going to be able to move that person forward faster in healthy ways. And so whatever tools we have available that are healthy, that work for us, we want to be able to use those, maximize those. So it's great with what you're doing.
And I'm excited because as I look over here and I see drugs, alcohol, sex, food, gambling, and spending, well, my thing wasn't on the list. But I will tell you that I did find an addiction. And my addiction is just packed with theobromide, and it's dark chocolate. And I learned that if I turned to chocolate, I mean, I reached for it. I would have it all through the day, and it was dark almond C's. I mean, I could own a franchise of C's and probably be a millionaire by now. But I realized that that really was my way. And I remember thinking, when I was in toxic loop, where's the C's? Where's the C's? Please pass the C's. Let's head over to C's. And actually, it actually worked. But you know what? It has some detrimental effects too. And so my goal is to find those healthy choices that can help me move out of toxic loop into a joyful heart and into raising the vibration of joy. I truly, Dr. Skidmore, I want to live in an attitude of gratitude. I want to see the blessing in disguise quicker, faster. I want to see the beauty in the ashes immediately. I want to help prepare this world for a millennium of love, joy, and peace, where we're actually ushering it in because we're choosing to get out of our fight, and freeze into our joy, happiness, and peace.
And one of the terms that you're describing that I would put as an umbrella term is really a sense of freedom. A freedom to make the choices, a freedom to make the responses to the different circumstances that are coming up quicker and faster. One of the ways I like to look at that from the standpoint of a performance coach is really the freedom to sing whatever song it is we want to sing. Be able to be out there to do it with confidence, with ease, with enthusiasm, with passion. And do that in such a way that that song can impact other people. So we're really working on the same things, different levels, but it's great to be able to work with you.
I know, I love it. I'm so grateful for you. Honestly, I don't think there's any accidents, and I'm so excited that God helped me to find someone who understands the science behind the method that he gave me to help me through my depression. And I am grateful for that.